So how everybody doing? My name is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, and I want to really bring you a really special conversations with Diamond Dave, a really conversation to really try to help improve your life. And I'm talking to a fellow trader. Her name is Latoria. And really the reason why I want to bring her on is because she's having success. And I think something that a lot of people really overlook as a trader. Often we come into this particular trading space, we learn how to trade, but what often hurts our trading is that we overtrade and we lack focus in what we're doing. And that often can impact our success. And one of the things that I really try to encourage traders to do is that even though you have the skill and the ability to be in a lot of different places, what can often help you become successful is to be very focused on what you're doing. And so Latoria is an example of somebody that is doing that. So I wanted to kind of bring her on and kind of get her to explain her trading journey, how she got into it, where she's getting ready to go, because I think a lot of people can relate to her story. So Latoria, what's going on?
Hi, Dave. Dave. Everything's been going well.
Okay, good. I'm glad you was able to come on. So let's really quickly go into it because I don't want to hold you up too long.
Okay.
What got you into trading the market?
What got me into trading the markets? It was a couple of years ago. I was going in and out of MLMs and stuff, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And I ended up was like I wanted to start trading, and so I was on Facebook, and I ended up coming across some people who were in like a penny stocks. So I started off in a penny stocks with an experienced trader, and he was doing like calls. So we would follow, what he would say, what the price would be today. So that's what I was in at first. So that's how I got started.
So you said that you learned how to trade penny stocks. What made you decide to kind of move on from there?
Because I ended up, what made me move on from the penny stocks, I ended up wanting more, and I wanted to learn why the stock was doing what it was doing. I was really intrigued on the background of the why. So that's what made me want to move on to the next thing. And then I ended up meeting another person on Facebook, James Thompson, and he had a course, and I ended up taking those courses. And those courses gave me like the background of what to look for in companies, how to pick and choose companies. It talked about, investing and, blue chips. It talked about all of that stuff. So when I started looking further into it, I was like, okay, this is where I want to be focusing. So this started like a couple of years ago, like 5-6 years ago.
Okay. So let me ask you though, what was it about the MLMs that weren't working for you to make you decide to go into the markets?
Oh, it just was not working.
Okay.
Like if it just was not working, like nothing, everything that I tried, it just was not working. And I wanted something to actually work. Like I wanted what I was doing, the effort that I was putting out, I wanted to reap the rewards of it. And I wanted an easy way to reap the rewards. But the MLM just was not working for me.
Okay, I understand. So how would you compare if somebody was saying, hey, I'm looking at MLMs, I want to get into the markets, what would you say would be the difference between the two?
Oh, you're going to work extremely hard. You're going to work extremely hard. But with the markets, it's fairly, I don't want to say that it's easy, but with the markets, you're really just looking at supply and demand. You're looking at price action. You're looking at volume. So with MLM, you're looking at either trying to get someone on your team, you're either trying to sell them on something, you're either trying to like do all these other things to like impress them and all of that. But with trading, like you don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to impress anything. It's just you and a chart. It's just you and trading. That's it.
I feel you. Okay. Now, let me ask you, did you have any experience in the market? I know you talked about penny stocks, but before that, Did you have any experience before you started trading anything?
No, I didn't have any experience.
Okay, okay. So then let me ask you, because I know that we come from similar backgrounds. We didn't go to Harvard, we didn't go to Yale. People
Right.
didn't necessarily look at us and say, okay, these gonna be the people that's gonna really be in the financial markets when they become adults. What gave you the
Mhm.
confidence to believe that you could be successful in the space?
Because I love math. I was really great at math. I love I love numbers. I love my background is accounting and payroll, so I loved it, and I love looking at the background, the operating part of the companies. So when when I started looking at that, I was like, I could be really good at this. Like I said, I could be really, really, really good at this. Um, because like when I actually got really focused on it, I really started studying, and I just looked at the charts and I'm just like, this ain't nothing but numbers. This
Yeah.
is all this is. It's just numbers. It's just how much someone would pay for this, and if they don't want it, they'll sell it at this price. It's just it's like an auction. So I'm sitting up here looking at it like I can do this, literally.
Okay, okay, I understand. So for the people that don't know, because I know we from a part of the country where we may have auctions. For the people that
Mhm.
don't know what an auction is, could you give them like a basic understanding of how you would describe an auction?
Yeah, like you have the person here, and they'll be like, "We're gonna. I have this. We have a valuable item," and the person can say they can say whatever they want to start their value at, long as the item is valuable. It could be valuable to them, it could be valuable to the whole world, whoever, but somebody wants it, and somebody will buy it at the low price, and somebody will buy it at a high price. So if the item is valuable, they have it. So they say, well, I'm going to start my bidding off at 500, and somebody says, I think it's more than that. I'll bid 600. So somebody's still asking, okay, well, would you take this for it? So it's the people are still bidding. If someone wants it and it's there and it's more than what it was at first and they want it, they're gonna buy it. So it's bid and ask. That's all it is.
Okay,
And the
that's a
higher it goes, if someone wants it, they're gonna buy it.
Okay, that was a great explanation. Okay, so let's go into some of your Netflix trades because I've seen that you become very proficient at trading the Netflix stock. So people that are may not familiar with Netflix, they're a streaming provider on the consumer side. Now, the question I want to ask, because I've been observing you for a very long time, especially a lot of your Netflix plays, how did you get so good at trading Netflix?
Okay. I got really good at trading Netflix because I got really focused. And Mr. Dave, I would read his post and he'll be like, you could be focused on a whole bunch of nonsense. I would read those posts like a whole bunch of nonsense, all of this and that, but you need to get focused. And I would pay attention to him saying, get focused. So I got focused, and I narrowed down not trying to trade 3 and 4 trades. I narrowed down to one trade, and that one was Netflix. When I got focused on Netflix, I had previously took a course, and I'm going to shout out Grounded Mind Trading.
Mhm.
I took a charting course, which and it went through. I didn't even buy the entire course, y'all. I only got through half the course. So I took the course, and I ended up going back through my charts on Netflix, and the next thing I know, I was recording and I'm on my charts, and I started seeing how Netflix was going from one price to another, day by day, day by day. I ended up getting really focused on it, and it was just going day by day, day by day. And when I noticed that it was just price action, actually just price action, I got really focused on just looking at Netflix and watching what it does. every single day, every day. I just got to focus on it.
Okay. Let me ask you. So a lot of people maybe struggle with trying to pick one ticker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they may issue maybe I can't afford the options. It may not be moving the way I want it to move. So what about Netflix made you say that's going to work for me? Because a lot of people, their biggest challenge is that they can't figure out one ticker to trade.
Oh, okay. So the reason why I chose Netflix is because I noticed the movement. So I look at Netflix and I noticed the how much it moved, and it was very focused on like volume. So I looked at stocks that were like high volume, and Netflix was just that one. Plus, I had a subscription, and I watched Netflix too, so I liked what I saw, and like I said, it was just more about the movement. Some of the other tickers, I'm not gonna name some of them, but some of the other ones they just wasn't moving like how I wanted this stock to move. So That's how I got focused on that, like from the volume and the movement that I saw it doing every day.
Okay. Okay. So then when it comes to a ticker like Netflix, for you to really kind of step out there and start trading it, what gave you the confidence that you could be successful in doing it? Like, did you paper trade it for 6 months? Like, what gave you the confidence?
Yes. I started paper trading. Paper trading is really, I didn't even know that I stumbled upon paper trading.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't even know it was paper trading. So, I would create a watch list. And so, I just stumbled upon it. So sometimes my watch list, you can paper trade. And that's a function in one of the apps that I use. And so, yeah, so I paper trade. I also wrote it down. So on my page, you'll see where I take notes. And that's another thing. You have to take notes, just like how you would take notes when you were in school. You take notes on the ticker that you're focused on, and that's what I was focused on. So I take notes. I have pages of notes. It's ridiculous. So I have pages of notes and actions that Netflix does. And so even when if I sometimes I could just wake up and be like, Netflix is gonna do this today. And I look at the charts and yeah, and I write down what it's gonna do. And so I always take notes. So I'm a big note taker. So yeah.
Okay. Now, let's
Mm-hmm.
say a person wants to get good at trading one stock. Could you give
Mm-hmm.
them some suggestions on what they should, do to kind of put themselves in a position to get really good at just focusing on one stock?
Repeat the question one more time.
Yes, ma'am. So let's say I'm a person and I want to get good at trading one stock.
Mm-hmm.
What are some suggestions that you could give me to try to help me accomplish that goal?
Okay. The suggestions. What I suggest you do is pick five. Start with five, and then look at the daily action that stock does every day. When I say put the daily action, look at the chart, and you're gonna see what it does every day. You can set price targets every day or notifications every day. So you want to watch that stock every day. And then you want to look at the news on it, like who has this stock, like who owns the stock. Is it a high institutionals that own the stocks? Because the high institutional stocks, those are the big players, and those are the ones that make the stock move every day at specific times. So it's like you would you would choose. That's another thing you would say, are there institutional holders here? Because that's a big thing when you're choosing a stock. It has to have some type of big large organization with large shares there, so that it can move, because me and you cannot move a stock at all. We can't move it. So if it doesn't matter if you're buying the bid or the axe or whatever, it doesn't matter if you're buying the axe. It doesn't matter. You're not a big institutional holder. You're not going to move the stock. So, institutional stocks, yes. And then you would want to, you know, get with someone who is trading want that particular stock, and look at what they're doing, or if they're offering something that you can learn from them, or if they're offering consultations, you know, then you would reach out to that person and ask them questions. So that's what I did, and that's what I would tell the next person to do the same and learn from the next person that's having the results that you want, or that you that you that you seek. So
Okay,
that's how I started. Mm-hmm.
so let's say a person's listening to this and they're like, well, I got to work full time. I got kids and family, yada, yada, yada. I got to go, make sure there's gas in the car. I got to go grocery shopping. Do they still have the ability to trade one stock based on how their life is set up, based on your
Oh,
opinion?
that, if you have to do all of that, you would just have to be you have to take time out to actually, focus on trading. You would actually need to, you know, take out your time and focus. Get your time, like your me time or whatever you do, or your downtime or whatever. You would need to take that time out because you have a busy lifestyle, and trading, you need to just be just a little bit more focused, and to yourself, so you can be one with what you're doing. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Appreciate that. And so then let's ask you, know you've been trading a minute.
Mhm.
Things been going the way you want them to go. And I've been following you on social media for probably about 2 years, maybe 3 years now, because I think it was around the pandemic.
Yep, it
How has
was.
how has trading helped you get the life that you desire?
I use trading as daily income and some passive income. So it's just another stream of income that I use, and I love it. So it's it works for me, and I know that it'll work for someone else.
Let me ask you really quickly, as a trader, when you wake up and you know that you can get money out of the market, how does that make you feel?
Excited.
Okay.
It makes me feel excited. It makes me feel even more confident that I just know it. Like, it just makes you feel like really, really good. Like waking up knowing, like, oh yeah, I could do that today. I could make this today. This is very possible to make, versus going out and having to do a lot of things to get this. No, it's more better to have it at ease and knowing that this is what is possible. That's what I like about also trading Netflix, because it's very, very possible. Like the things that feels like you probably can't do, or I can't do, with just trading Netflix. It makes me realize that whatever it is, whatever amount, whatever it is that you want now, is still attainable. And I think because I've got really focused on it, and I know what it'll do, what it does, and how it moves, and like I'm really like in tune with Netflix, or like I'm really one with it. So it's like I know what's actually possible. It's like the possibilities of whatever it is that you think is not attainable, it is attainable. It's like the possibilities with trading it is actually possible.
Okay. And so
Mm-hmm.
lastly, you know how to trade, you're really comfortable with Netflix. Where are you trying to take your trading in the future? Let's say over the next, let's say 0 to 5 years. Where do you want to kind of take your trading?
Um, I would rather, as far as like taking the trading, I would rather um show others the trading, because trading every day is more. It will be more like a job, and that's not what I want to do. So yeah, I for 4 or 5 years from now, it wouldn't be me actually just trading every day. I would probably get so good at Netflix. I know I'm getting so good at Netflix that the possibility that I'm saying, it'll be where I would only touch Netflix like every other 3 months,
Hmm.
quarterly.
Yeah, I know what you
So
mean.
so that's yeah. So I would say that the future and the now and the future, what I see is me only trading Netflix quarterly.
Okay. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. So a lot of people that are not as experienced don't understand it. It takes a lot, I wouldn't say a lot of work, but it takes a
Hmm.
lot of understanding of the ticker to know how
Yes.
to make those type of swing trades.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand, but I understand exactly what you're talking about because that's my goal too, is to take less trades but be more profitable. But you have to start off sometime taking more trades to build yourself up. But then
Yes.
once you get to that level, you can trade a lot less because you are so in tune, like you talked about with the stock. It
Yes.
allows you to do that. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yes. Hmm.
Exactly. So I really appreciate you coming on, giving us the time and giving us some insight because it's not something that is often talked about in the market. Being really focused on one ticker. We live in a space where people are kind of taught they try to wake up in the morning and catch whatever ticker's hot.
Yeah.
But we talked about before, people may not be familiar with how that ticker trades. And
Yes.
that's where a lot of times the challenges come in. So that's why I wanted to bring you on and have you talk about you trading this particular ticker. So don't want to hold you up. Really appreciate your time. Is there anything that you want to tell people before you get off?
I just want to tell you guys happy trading, and also support the other ones that support you always.
Okay, I appreciate it.